G'day, my name's Damned, and we're back for video number 5 in this series. Let's get right into it. This time we're going to be adding a skills section to the character sheet, and I've already set up the start of this. So once again, we've got a window list. We can see a window list here, class name, skill detail, collection, except dropped from the class name skill. Okay, that's the same as all these other lists that we're doing. Keep it the same. We give it a data sources skill list with the full stop in front, and we give it a name skill list. That's it for the window list. We've got a label, and just for ease of maneuvering them around the sheet and things like that, the label should be on top of the list itself. Then we've got the two sections. We've got a skill itself. So the skill, what we've done is copy the one from weapon again, but we've had to just modify a few extra parts. We've got, instead of armor, we've got skill rank. Instead of the 6 boxes, we've got a single box, and that's just where you're going to store your modifier or your skill bonus for that score. Its skill name, we can see here it's a number field. We can see here that the frame is filled dark, and that I've created a new frame for filled dark. Very simple frame, just a nice square blocks using exactly the same style and technique of colors that we've used already. Then description, we've got our lock fields, our link fields, they're all the same. Then our skill detail field, again this differs from armor and weapons because we need a lot less fields in it. So we've got a single box here, a number field, we've got a name and a link, and we can see here we've got some code in the number field. This is new code to at least to this tutorial. So we've got an on double click, and on double click we get database node get parent. And the reason we get the parent is because otherwise we're getting this particular node, right? And I want to, from node car, I only want to be able to get the values for the name and from this as well. So we'll just declare it at the top here, node car equals, basically it's the character sheet and then the window list and then the skill number itself. So skill number 1 or skill number 7 or whatever number it is. Okay, so then the S skill is a string, and it's retrieving this value here, the value of that field. And so then what we're doing is this command here, modifier stack dot add slot. This adds a set of values to the modifier stack, and those values are a name, which is S skill, so that would be like sword master or law master or something like that, and then get value, which is the value of this number field. So it's going to add law master with a skill of 1 or sword master with a skill of 2, and it's going to add that to the modifier stack. Adding it to the modifier stack, you can add multiple slots. So remember, it's an add slot, so we'll have this slot, and the reason it uses slots is because it tracks the description with the value each time. So you might have a positive one and a minus one. Instead of merging those together, what it does is it keeps them all as separate slots and tallies at the end, but keeps each of the individual descriptions. Once again, we need to add some records into this script file data library, and these will create the button on the right hand side, the campaign tool. And strings, we're adding one more string in here, and this is basically to label the button. So let's switch to our fantasy grounds. And okay, so first up we will go into options and sidebar, and we can see skills here. Let's click on skills. Skills appears at the bottom of the list now. That's great. Let's open up our character sheet. Okay, we have a skill label, a window list, and we've got a couple of skills pre-populated in here. We can unlock them. We can put in the description here, what they're all about, how you use them, etc. And we can also create libraries of these skills. So create a new skill here. Alright, we've got a bug. So let's read what that bug is. Campaign button new attempt to index local W a nil value. Attempt unable to create window with invalid class skills ID. Alright, So I'm going to need to go in and debug that. Let's have a look at it. Alright, so having a look at a few of these things, I realized that it's down here. I had skills, and skills, and you can see my class here is skill, no S. So removing the S's from these, let's push that, and let's go reload, and let's see what we get. Okay, so we'll open up the skills, we'll create a new one. Fantastic, that's working. So we will have a skill survival, and will give us a base rank of 1. We'll lock that. We'll open up our character, and we will drag survival in. That works. We can copy them back as well. Of course, they append the word copy, which is undesirable at this point. But anyway, that's working. And now, as well, when we double click on Axemaster, we can see that down here we have a +2 modifier. We've got 1 dot here, and you can see the description is Axe modifier. You might just be able to read that in the bottom of the screen. Just assuming you could stack these. Okay, now we have modifiers of +3, and we can see there's Axe Master and Law Master. Alright, let's roll the dice. So we get 7 from the dice. This particular roll is adding 7 from the skill as well, and then it's also going to add 3 from the modifier stack, and we can see here Axe Master +2 and Law Master +1. Nice and easy. Next up, we'll be doing the spells. Thanks for joining in.